Hey y'all! Welcome back to my channel, V Street Love. I'm Vanessa, and on this channel, I like to make silly Sims videos, and sometimes I like to do speed build videos. Now today, I'm gonna be building a lounge in the new Lovestruck world, Ciudad Enamorada. So today I'm gonna take you through that and show you everything that I did. If you're interested in buying the new Lovestruck expansion pack, please consider using my creator code, V Street Love. When you go and make a purchase on the EA website or on the EA app, you can use my creator code, V Street Love, and I get a small commission at no extra cost to you. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, y'all, so I am kind of like watching my speed build in real time. I've got some notes up here so I can like remember what I'm talking about. But yeah, I built a lounge in The Sims 4 using just base game and The Sims 4 Lovestruck expansion pack. Now, as I was building this, I was having issues because I was insistent on using the curved wall feature that we got ages ago with the High School Years expansion pack. And let me tell you, it's still bugged. It's still a very buggy experience. It's still a very buggy feature, and I'm doing my best. I wanted it to be kind of like a half moon situation, or like a donut. Imagine like a donut cut in half with like a hole in the center, but it's like cut in half. That's what I originally wanted. Couldn't figure it out. Couldn't make it work. The ceiling kept kind of like disappearing every time I tried to do that, and then the curved walls weren't intersecting together correctly. Like, I almost had it, but in the end, I was just like, you know what, let me just use regular walls. Now, I cut all that out from the video. So I basically built the lounge with the round walls the way I was trying to have them, and it just wasn't working. So I bulldozed it, started over. Now, I actually built this on stream, so make sure you are subscribed to my channel, you like this video, and you turn on the post notifications so you know when I go live next. I go live weekly on this channel, like a few times a week now, and so we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of gameplay live streams, but then sometimes I do the building live streams. I've decided that if I'm gonna be on live anyway, I might as well do some things that I can later turn into videos, you know? So the floor plan for this lounge is on the first floor, there's like a bar, there's a stage area where there's different performances. I've got a bathroom. I've got that new woohoo closet on this lot. Basically, it's like a nice place to just kind of like hang out, very like sexy, sultry, romantic. And then upstairs, I have kind of like a balcony where there's some seating where your Sims can kind of like listen to the music downstairs. I don't know if they can actually do that, but it looks cool. It looks really cute. And then there's also an outdoor patio where I have more seating, and I even have the woohoo blanket so you can like watch the stars out upstairs. And also because I just wanted to include the woohoo blanket. So it's a very simple floor plan. I'm very happy that I was able to basically build this in one stream, which is about like 3 hours. And again, that includes me spending the first like 25 minutes trying to make a floor plan work with those curved walls, and it just doesn't work. So it was relatively quick considering like how long it could take to build things in The Sims 4. And I think it's really cute. Like the way that it turned out, like, did you check out that intro? Like, oh my gosh, I literally was having a time trying to like get everything together with little shots. It was so cute. But where I was gonna put the stairs and where I was gonna put the bathrooms and stuff, I went back and forth on that because, first of all, whenever I'm building something, I don't know if this happens to y'all. Whenever I am building something in The Sims 4, I always forget to put a bathroom. Like, I forget to consider a bathroom in my floor plan until I'm like well into trying to figure out other things. And then I'm like, oh yeah, the Sims have to go to the bathroom. The bladder need, I feel like, is my least favorite need. I think in real life, and especially in The Sims, Lord knows, because every time they need to go to the bathroom, they always like, if you wait too long, they'll end up like tiptoeing to the bathroom instead of like running to go to the bathroom. Anyway, that's not exactly why I forget, but it's just something to consider as I am thinking about the fact that as I was figuring out this floor plan, I was like, oh, do I put the bathrooms upstairs, downstairs, left stairs, right stairs? I don't know. But then in the end, I decided to put the bathrooms downstairs and make kind of like a closet area so I can put in the new woohoo closet on the lot as well. I like that we got a couple new woohoo locations and a few new interactive items. So all of those items are available on this lot as well. I ended up putting the new costume trunk on the second floor as well, just to have it there, just to make sure like all of the cool main things that we got with Lovestruck are on this build. Now, you're probably wondering, why did I make a lounge when we already have new lounges and nightclubs that come with this pack? Well, because I actually wanted to make a kind of like a speakeasy vibe lounge, I don't know, a couple months ago. And then I decided to wait to build it until we got the new Lovestruck pack. So the style of the different items that we get in this new pack actually already aligns with my whole like speakeasy vibe that I was gonna be going for anyway. way. So I was really excited about getting this new stuff and being able to build in this world. Now, unfortunately, I did tear down one of the creator made lots, which was the gym. I talk a lot of crap about the gym because I'm like, who asked for this? And then I'm making a lounge and it's like, who asked for that? You know what I mean? Nobody. But I did have to tear down the gym that comes in Ciudad Enamorada to build this lot because I thought that this would be a good place to have a lounge, kind of like in the downtown city area near where the nightclub is. What's the difference between a lounge and a nightclub in The Sims 4? Yep, those are the questions. I think a lounge has live music. I think that's like the main difference, and a nightclub is just like for dancing, maybe. You let me know, because that's my like general understanding, but honestly, it doesn't feel like there's that much of a difference. For me, a lounge is kind of like more of like a slow vibe, like we can chill, we can chat. I also heard that lounges, there are more likely to be elders that come to the lot, whereas nightclubs, it's more like young adults, which does bring me to another idea I had as I was building this. I think I've even talked about this before. I want more customization around lots. I want to be able to select who comes to the lot, what do they wear, and also what NPCs I need for the lot. I wish instead of like them telling us that we have to label a lot a certain way, like it has to be a nightclub or a park or a recreation center or whatever, we just get to say like, hey, I need these NPCs. These are the kinds of Sims who need to show up. And this is the kind of stuff that they'll be doing. Kind of like the party planning system, or like with this pack, we get a new create a date or create a hangout feature where you choose which Sims you bring, you choose what they do on the activity, and you choose where they do it. So for me, I want to be able to sit down into a lot. I want to just be able to select, okay, I like elders to come to this lot, just elders. Like obviously other people might be able to show up, but this is a lot for elders. And then what they do here, they drink, they play games, they, they're romantic or whatever. What NPCs do I need? I need a live entertainer, I need a bartender, and I don't know, I need a bingo caller or whatever. Obviously we don't have like an elders pack yet. Maybe, I don't know. But my point is, I want to just be able to say like, these are the kinds of NPCs that show up rather than like the lot type. Because I think that would also help me with like the combo lot situation, like having a restaurant and having a bar, right? Or like this lounge. It would be cool to then say like, oh, an NPC I need is a chef. And so then the related chef items like show up, right? Because I have the Dine Out expansion pack. So you could have a lounge here where it's like, oh, nice and hanging out. But then it's like, oh, I can add a little kitchen and it can be a lounge where you can order food or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about coding games or what it takes to code in The Sims 4. I just am like, when I think about how I want my game to actually function and run, this is the kind of thing I'm thinking about, especially as I'm building this lounge. Because I'm like, when I was playtesting the lounge, it was really cute to see all my Sims like in there and ordering drinks and listening to music and doing that sort of thing. But I just don't think it's as okay, there's just traffic. It's just traffic. I just don't think that sometimes with the lot types, they're not as like rich and as like well developed as they could be. So there's a point in the build where I am starting to flesh out the floor plan a little bit more by placing what I think I'm going to use as far as furniture. So I'm trying to get the layout of like, okay, so around the live entertainment, we have lounge seating, but we also have like table seating. Like you can sit there and I'm imagining with your drinks or with your snacks and you can watch the live entertainment. But then there's also plenty of places to like cuddle up. That's really what I wanted on this lot too, because it's the lover's lounge. Like it's a place where you can bring a date or you can bring your spouse or your loved one or whoever, or loved ones with the new update, right? I just wanted there to be plenty of places to just be cutesy and flirty and romantic with each other. So around the live entertainment, I have lounge seating and I have the tables, like I said. Then at the entryway, I also added just like a little seating area. And then even near the bathrooms, I added like more lounge seating, whatever. And near the bathrooms is where the bar is. So I used the new curved bar that comes with the Lovestruck pack. And I just think it looks so good, kind of like near the curved walls. And I even used the new bar back. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I never use the bar backs that they give us with the new packs. I think I just forget about them, or I just don't really understand like how to use them. Like, yes, you can partner them with the bar, but then other than that, I forget about them all the time. So I was intentional about using it and making the bar area feel like a fully fleshed out area in a lounge, kind of like lot. Now I did go through and I was placing the furniture that I thought I was going to use, but I wasn't entirely convinced. So I go through this whole like exercise that I do a lot when I'm building, where I just kind of start pulling out furniture and trying to decide what I'm going to do. All the different options I could use, and then like trying to figure out. And I definitely wanted it to feel all coordinated and like it was like not matching, but like I said, coordinated. So there's a point where I'm trying to decide which chairs I'm going to use, and the chairs I'm going to use, I want them to match the lounge seating that I'm using. And then I remembered that we get these new reward objects that come with the matchmaking career. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll use those, because those are like specifically love kind of like related. They're kind of cutesy lovey, and they come with this pack specifically. So there's the lips lounge seating, and then there's these heart chairs. And I just decided, I'm like, you know what? These are super cute, and it makes the whole experience a little bit more like kitschy, but I'm trying to keep it like cutesy kitschy, you know, like it's The Sims. Like, yeah, you're going to go to a place and there's going to be lips couches, like, of course, right? And then I find out later in play testing, okay, that the objects that come with the matchmaking career that comes with the new Lovestruck expansion pack have an emotional aura. So you can click on them and you can be like, enable emotional aura. And of course the aura is flirty. So when that is enabled in your game, like your Sims are more likely to be flirty around these objects. And I play so many of the chairs and the lounges or whatever. So when I was playtesting, I literally went through and enabled the emotional aura on all of the objects. So if you end up downloading this lot, it should already be enabled. Thankfully, I'm so glad I playtested, because I don't know about y'all, sometimes playtesting, I'm like, Lord, it's just like one extra like little detail. And sometimes with the details, I'm just like, I'm over it. I built it. You go figure it out, you know? But you know, I did my best to be thorough, y'all. Even at one point when I was playtesting, I realized that somebody had kicked over the trash can in the back. So then yes, there was like trash all in the back as I'm trying to take these beautiful little screenshots. And I was like, oh my God, I have to go through and delete this. I can't upload it like this. Like, can you imagine if you downloaded this lot and there was just like a bunch of trash in the back? Like, no, I can't. This is my reputation on the line. You know what I mean? I gotta have it together a little bit. Another random thing that I did like about this build as I was working on it was I used the rugs to try to create like conversation zones. And I did this mostly inside on the downstairs level. I don't think I did it as much upstairs or at all. I wish, looking back, I'm like, oh, I probably should have done it upstairs too. But like I said before, I was trying to use just the base game and Lovestruck. And surprise, surprise, that was very limiting in what I was able to do, what rugs I was able to use. We do not have nearly enough rugs in the base game. Thankfully, all of these new packs come with all these different rug swatches and like rug variants. But oh my gosh, just the base game alone, it was hard to find things that felt modern or contemporary and stylish without it being like overbearing, you know? And so another thing too is when I am building on stream, I love it because then I end up getting suggestions from the chat and just people helping me like figure things out. Like at one point I was trying to place a light and I was just like, it's just too big. I don't know why they made it so big. And somebody in the chat was like, I mean, you can scale it down. And I was like, yep, using your noggin. That's why I do this on live. But other people were suggesting different things I could add for different activities, including a hot tub. And I was like, oh my God, I totally would want to add a hot tub, except first of all, the hot tubs are so big, and the base game hot tub is not only big, but then it has this like roof thing as a part of it. I can't use that. I can use it. I was like, okay, so this can't go upstairs and like be up here in the hot tubby kind of like vibe the way I wanted it to be. So I had to get rid of it. And I just didn't want to use any other packs. I feel like if I was gonna use another pack, gosh, what would I even use? I guess that, like, yeah, the outdoor ones that come with the different hot tubs, that would have been an option. I think High School Years has some decor that kind of coordinates with the Art Deco feeling that I was going for, specifically because of the speakeasy vibes that come with some of the objects with this pack, right? I probably would have considered using different windows and doors. Oh my gosh, do you know how long it took me to decide on the front door of this place? I was going back and forth. The things I went back and forth the most with on this build were the accent color, whether it should be like black or brown, and then the front door. Oh my, I spent so much time on the front door because I could not find exactly what I was looking for with just the packs that I was using. I mean, the pack, Lovestruck and base game. For the majority of this speed build, or at least for the first half, there's like a specific door. I ended up switching it because I was like, I just don't like this door at all. I think we have a real doors and windows issue with the base game. I think windows, it's okay, but the doors specifically, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like thinking about how the first time that we got just a basic, simple arch was with Lovestruck. Like, that's really messed up. They should have just given us that for free with the base game update. Just give everybody just regular old archways. I mean, I've been thinking a lot about this when it comes to like this new pack and like the state of the game right now and how they're just kind of making it seem like we're going to have The Sims 4 around for a long time. I wish that the way that they sold us content was different. I've been listening a lot to other creators talk about how they wish that they had made like pets, or at least cats and dogs, like base game, like one breed of cat and one breed of dog base game. And then you get extra breeds and you get all this extra customization when you get the cats and dog expansion pack. For example, even the way that they did infants, where everybody got the new life stage of infants, but then when you got growing together, you got all the cool specific infant stuff. I wish that's how they approached everything. And maybe that was a strategy change that happened, you know, for growing together, or maybe a little bit before that. Like they didn't think about it with cats and dogs. Why am I bringing this up? My point is, it's just like, there's some things where I'm like, can you just make it available for everybody? But if you want like the even cooler version, that's when you get the pack, right? Like, you shouldn't be selling us plain archways in a pack. Like, give that to everybody, but give us more color variants if you have the pack or something. It's interesting. And I know once upon a time, like there was no like free updates with The Sims. This is only a possibility because of it being like cloud-based, right? And web-based. Sims 2, you weren't getting free updates. You just bought what they sold and that was it, you know? And Sims 3 I didn't play as much. I mean, you guys tell me because I didn't play Sims 3. Did they even do like base game updates? Was that a thing? I don't know. Like I said, the last time I was super dialed into The Sims before Sims 4 was Sims 2. And so even though I can be kind of critical of like what we get or how things are executed, overall, I feel like I am happy with The Sims 4 conceptually. And the granular specifics of things, I have ideas of like what I feel like I wish would change with the game. But overall, I think I'm mostly pleased. And then thinking even about Lovestruck. So I have not at this point of recording made a Lovestruck playthrough overview video. I haven't done a would I recommend Lovestruck or not video. I just keep kind of playing with it. I want to get to the point where I feel like I comfortably know what this pack is capable of. And right now, it's one, still pretty buggy. And two, I haven't really explored the range of relationships with the new pack. Every time I'm exploring with Lovestruck at this point, I am exploring on my live streams. So again, make sure you're subscribed, y'all. But I do have a sim who is dating a lot and I have her using Cupid's Corner. Well, Cupid's Corner right now essentially is broken. And that really sucks because it was one of the major selling features, if not the major selling feature of this pack. And it kind of doesn't work. It's 50-50 on whether or not the date planning system works through Cupid Corner. 50-50 on whether or not I can add Sims that I match with to my relationship panel through Cupid's Corner. And 50-50 on whether or not I even find anyone from the gallery in Cupid's Corner. I have a challenge that is going on right now where if people who watch my live streams upload a sim using hashtag #FindLoveFast to the gallery, that I will favorite that sim and hopefully they show up in my Cupid's Corner app, except for that wasn't working. So it started to work better when I added the Sims from the gallery into my game. Like I just moved them in somewhere randomly into the game. Then they started showing up in Cupid's Corner. Great, excited. Except I tried to add them to my relationship panel. Didn't work at all. So it's just disappointing because I'm like, okay, this is a huge selling feature. It doesn't work right now. But other things that I feel like Lovestruck is doing well right now, or that I do like about Lovestruck, I do like the new date planning system and hangout planning system. I love it. I love it solves one of the things that I have been like wanting, which is custom parties. Now, obviously a date or a hangout is not a party, right? But the idea is that you get to decide who comes on the hangout or the date. You get to decide what activities you do and you get to decide where you do it, like I mentioned earlier. The other thing though is because you use the menu, like the event planning system, you can schedule it in the calendar. So you can schedule a weekly date night, for example. You could schedule like a weekly movie night with you and your girlfriends kind of thing. Like I just, that potential for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, that almost makes the pack worth it, in my opinion. Like, despite everything else that's going on, that feature, that's the kind of thing I was just talking about. that I really, really wanted with this game. Another thing that I really like with Lovestruck is I like the cast. Oh my gosh, they did such a good job with the creative sim features. The new costumes, the clothes, the nails. I really, really enjoy what we got. And I also think it's super stylish. There's a lot of different colors, but then they also have basics. They did their big one with Cass. I also think it's pretty interesting that we got turn-ons and turn-offs. I like that feature being like added to like the complexity of Sims relationships, as well as the Sims satisfaction level. I know that's been something that Simmers have wanted for a while. So having that in the game, I think is very interesting. I will say, I have not been able to play with those features as much as I thought. First of all, turn-ons and turn-offs, unfortunately, you have to set them. So one of the things I've noticed when I've been playing is like, you know, a lot of NPC characters don't have turn-ons and turn-offs. If I download someone from the gallery who wasn't made specifically with Lovestruck, they don't have turn-ons and turn-offs, right? So when I'm asking these Sims, like, hey, are you attracted to my Sim? They're like, you're okay. It's because they don't have turn-ons and turn-offs. They don't know whether or not they like you or not, for real. Part of me wishes that when you ask a Sim who doesn't have turn-ons and turn-offs, if they're attracted, like they have a randomized set of turn-ons and turn-offs, right? And maybe that would be more annoying. Like maybe it's better to just have a neutral Sim who doesn't have turn-ons and turn-offs than when I talk to a Sim, they just make up some random turn-ons and turn-offs, right? But I just am like, okay, it's kind of getting in the way with some of my feeling immersed in the gameplay, you know, because it's like they don't have turn-ons and turn-offs. And then for the romantic satisfaction, that also has not been a feature I've been able to play with a whole bunch, because the Sims who I want to play with that with the most, I basically have to put them on pause right now. So I have a Sim couple right now named Megan and Cameron. And Cameron is actually from the University expansion pack, if you have that expansion pack. And they're married, they have kids, and 2 of their kids are in college. I do have a Let's Play going on my channel right now called my Discover University Let's Play, A Winter's World. So you can check that out, you know, wherever it pops up. And if you want to put that on as you're doing different stuff in the background, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of silliness. But that couple, I want to use the romantic satisfaction, like, features with them, because I have a storyline going on in my head right now where basically they're kind of romantically dissatisfied. And, you know, Megan, the wife, like 50-50 on whether or not she wants to save it. Cameron, the husband, he has a baby with the maid, right? Like an illegitimate family at this point. So I just am like, there's so much that can be told there with romantic satisfaction and the romantic boundary system and messing with that. But I don't want to play with them until I'm done with my university Let's Play, which I thought my university Let's Play would be done soon. And then one of my Sims is now suspended. So I don't know what to do about that. So that means that I have not been able to play with the romantic satisfaction feature as much as I would like. Now, other things about Lovestruck that I don't think they did a good job about talking about it when it came to like promoting the pack was there's all these cute little pop-ups with the new expansion pack. So there's a pop-up around meeting a wealthy weirdo in the new Rabbit Hole Motel. There's pop-ups around being on a dating show where you have to have like 7 perfect dates in 7 days. And then there's also random pop-ups you might get of like having a secret admirer, and then you end up having someone in your relationship panel who has some romantic like relationship with you. Those are cool, like things that just might happen that I feel like they did not talk about at all really when they were promoting the pack in the developer live stream. Now, maybe they were trying to keep it a secret because they were like, hey, like you gotta play and discover more things. There's also a feature around like a sad bear in the park. I haven't played through that little part either, but there's other cute little things that came with this pack that I feel like they didn't really highlight. And if you think the pack is just Cupid's Corner and new clothes, you're like, why am I paying $40 USD for this? Well, there's other things going on, especially in the background, that is like, I think hard to notice, that if you are not aware, you're just kind of like, I don't know if I need this, right? And I talked with my chat too around, someone said to me that Lovestruck is to The Sims what Growing Together was to The Sims. And Growing Together was super, super cool because it added a lot of family interaction and gameplay and the milestones and whatnot. But I thought about it and I thought to myself, you know, Growing Together really got the benefit of the new life stage, the new infants life stage. Like I associate Growing Together with infants, but infants came to the base game. Everybody got infants. So when I take infants out of what came with Growing Together, I'm like, okay, what am I left with here? I'm left with the new family dynamics, which are not as developed as I think I would like them to be, or it doesn't feel like they make the impact that I think that they will. I'm left with milestones, which I don't know, 50-50 on whether or not I'm paying attention to those. Now, I think the likes and dislikes also came with Growing Together, which I think, you know, same thing with Lovestruck having turn-ons and turn-offs, right? And Growing Together also came with rec centers, the rec center lot type, which was so cool. And I love that we have that lot type. Lovestruck does not come with a new lot type. And what a miss. I feel like that is one of the criticisms I really have about this pack, is that they have a great concept, but it kind of feels like they didn't go as far as they could have for some reason. Why did we not get a new lot type? They gave us the singles hangout lot trait, right? Where we can tag any lot as like, oh, singles will kind of show up here. Okay, cool. We need a new place to go to. The lots that come with Lovestruck are all base game compatible lots. Ain't that crazy? I mean, really, like, we don't get any new lot at all. Like, where can you go on a date, right? Or new activities that are really integral to the lots that are already come with base game. For example, they keep hyping up the gym that came with this pack that I had to unfortunately bulldoze to build my lounge. We got no new gym equipment. They show off the dumbbell weights. There's no interaction with the dumbbells. They're just decorative. To me, that's a big disappointment. Like, you can't talk about how awesome all of this new stuff is, but not give us new things to do with the new dating pack, right? Like, that seems odd to me. It seems like a miss. And then I know there's been a lot of criticisms around the cross-pack compatibility. And the more that I play with the Lovestruck pack, the more I see what people are talking about, where I'm like, how come this activity isn't listed when it comes to going out on a date, right? Like, I can't think of an example right now, but like, it surprises me the things you can and cannot do or list as like a thing to do on a date. Like, if you have Get Together, the Get Together club system has a wide range of different activities that you can do, and specifically activities around interacting with specific objects. And Get Together is updated basically with every new pack that comes out. So if you go back and you try to make a club, and you, for example, Crystal Creations came out recently. They added gemology as an activity that you can do in your club. And it's like they're consistently updating it with cross-pack compatibility. With the date system, it kind of feels like the cross-pack compatibility was like thought of. Okay, again, I'm in New York City, so if you're hearing like just ruckus, it's just street noise. But with the date system, it feels like they kind of like thought of like general stuff, but they didn't go deep with it. And I feel like with Lovestruck, that is my concern. Like, they have like a couple of things here and a couple of things there, but they didn't go as deep as they could have gone. Still, every time I've been playing with this pack, I have been having fun. I mean, it is cute. Cupid's Corner, when it works, is adorable. The date system is fun. Trying to have a bad date also is fun, right? Like, and I am very excited to have like a new romantic relationship with the new pack. Like, I'm excited for it all to go together, and I'm happy that I have it, but I still haven't gotten to the point where I can like 100% recommend it. I think the biggest thing to think about is like, this is one of those packs that it's not about, you know, the front end of like, oh, now you can go on vacations in a mountain, right? A ski mountain or whatever, like Snowy Escape. It is very much this is going to seep into everything that you do, because if you are playing the game, you are often in a situation where you're looking for partners and romance. And so it'll seep into just living your life playing The Sims, but it's not something that like, I turn on the game today and now I've experienced everything that Lovestruck has to offer, which I think is, you know, good and bad. It's like, okay, it's going to take me longer to be able to recommend this pack or not. But when I finally am able to recommend the pack, I will have spent a lot of time with it, and I will really feel the difference with my gameplay. Anyway, so I think like it was fun to build this lounge. I think it looks really cute. I personally am excited that I made something that I'm excited to have in my game. Like, I'm like, oh, thank God I actually finished this, because I didn't finish it on stream. On stream, I got it like 95% of the way there, and then I needed to finish the landscaping and stuff off stream, and that only took me like another few minutes or so. I say few minutes. It probably took me an hour, but it's just like I'm indecisive. I'm pulling things out of the buy catalog. I'm trying to decide how big things should be. I'm like, oh, do I want a tree? Do I not want a tree? What color do I want the tiles? Then I promise you, I spent like 25 minutes trying to figure out the fountains because I've never really made a fountain before. And Lovestruck comes with a new fountain item that I did not use. I just used the base game fountain thing, but I didn't know the fountain designs, right? Like I didn't know there's different heights of the water and stuff. I don't know. I don't mess with fountains. So I had to spend like 25 minutes trying to figure out which fountain did which where, and trying to decide my little fountain design. It was funny how much time I spent on that. But I think that I made something that is very cute. Like I like this lounge. It's kind of exactly what I was envisioning as far as like the speakeasy, like cozy, sultry vibes. And I've got the wall plant item that comes with this pack is like my favorite thing. Oh my gosh, it's like my favorite thing. Eco Lifestyle has a couple of like wall decor that's like plants and I love it. I think it's so great. And so this little piece that's like rounded that goes on the wall, I used it outside. I used it inside. I literally love that item. I think that this place is really, really cute and I'm excited to actually put it in my save so that this weekend when I go live on Sunday with my sim who is still looking for a date on Cupid's Corner, this will be a place that we go for a date. I'm just so excited that it's done. Oh, you want to hear something else funny? So when I was trying to upload this to the gallery, one of the other things that happened was I uploaded the lot to the gallery and the thumbnail screenshots that they have, it was so like beautifully mystical because the moon was in the background like of the building and like it's nighttime and it just was a very sexy picture. Okay. And I was like, oh my God, I got so lucky. So great, uploaded it. But then when I went back into the game, I realized that I messed something up. I think I messed up like the floor tiles by accident at some point upstairs. So I had to fix that. So then I had to re-upload the lot onto the gallery. Okay, well, when I went to re-upload the lot, no more moon. Not a mystical picture. It's just like, oh, it's a lounge at night. And I was like, oh, but I want the moon in the background. I spent 25 to 30 minutes just reloading and saving and reloading and saving and reloading and saving my game to try to get the exact same time and angle that the moon would actually show up in my little thumbnail screenshot. And it took me a while. But anyway, this is the Lover's Lounge. This was built with just base game and Lovestruck, and it is the perfect place for you to spend time with your Sims, going on date nights or hanging out, just having maybe girls night, guys night, days night, them's night. With just you and your Sims. And I hope you enjoyed this speed build. If you are interested in downloading the slot from the gallery, it is on the gallery live right now. It's called Lover's Lounge. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and turning on the post notifications so you know when my next video goes up. And I go live weekly on this channel, so you're not gonna wanna miss that. But yeah, thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoy. Okay, bye.